The fuck is up, YouTube? It's your boy Hana back with another fucking video, and today I'm coming at y'all with a story time, so let's get right into this shit. I'm not even gonna lie, I think that's the quickest intro I've ever done, but the video is not gonna be that fast-paced. Holy shit, I don't know what the fuck. Am I on, like, methamphetamine? But with all that out of the way, here goes the story, guys. So, basically, me and my friend, we're just gonna call him, we're gonna give him the name John this time. I know I've given probably, like, two characters the name John before, but we're gonna give him the name John, okay? So, he's been in a story before, but I'm not gonna lie, me and John, we used to hang out at night, and it was because we used to like sleep all day during this time, and we would like get up and we would play Xbox, or we would like sneak out and just do shit at night. We would like sneak to random people's houses, we would smoke weed outside in the fucking blistering cold of Minnesota, and we would do all that shit, right? So we you know, we were gonna do this, and it was like a normal thing at this time in my life, right? Like we would sneak out at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, it was your boy Haned's idea, right? So I'm sitting here, and I was the one like fucking antagonizing and insisting on this. Like, I don't know why the fuck I wanted to go out in a fucking, it wouldn't be snowing. I mean, sometimes it would be. I don't know why I wanted to go outside in like fresh fucking 2 feet of snow, fucking disgusting icy weather. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me at the time, but I was down because I don't know why, but it created a lot of fire ass stories. But you know, so yeah, we decided to hang out on this night, me and my friend John, or whatever I called him in the beginning of the video. I'm pretty sure it was John, right? So, you know, me and John are fucking planning to hang out, right? So he gets an Uber on over to my crib, right? So at this time I had to sneak John in, right? And it was going to be a very big fucking like situation if my mom found out, most definitely, because I'm not going to lie, I was not a great like listener or kid at the time to my mom. I'm sorry, but like I was not listening to my mom. So when my mom would tell me to do shit, I would just like say okay, and I would just get upset. I would just leave. I'm not even gonna lie. I would just go back to my room, and then I would just leave, bro, sometimes. So I would just fucking leave, bro. So it would not have been good if my mom found him in my room at the time. Most definitely not. So I sneak bro in James Bond style through the back door up the stairs, because I lived in a fucking duplex at the time. We're up now, though. Don't even worry about it. But I sneak bro up the stairs, fucking Sly Cooper style, fucking hella fucking sneaky up the stairs, and we're just fucking going up that bitch, and we do not get caught. Now here's the thing at the old house, right? There was the loudest, most like damaged fucking door, because at like some point the people that lived here before us, it was this fucking lady, and the fucking FBI actually came and like battering rammed the door, so there was a big ass dent in it. And every time you opened it, it would make like an actual Monster House door creak. Like it was the actual like creakiest, nastiest fucking Moisty Meyer door you've ever heard in your life, right? So we opened this door, right? The slowest you've ever seen a door open, right? Just to like mitigate the sound a little bit, because it is actually like super fucking loud. And we opened this door without anybody hearing somehow, but my cat, I remember my cat heard it. Cat came to the fucking door with his collar on his fucking bell, like ringing and shit, making a whole bunch of noise, and I had to like fucking shoo off my cat. I got hella scared, but we ended up making it through the room, having to walk all the way to the back of the fucking house, or I guess to the front, because we came in through the back. So we walked to the front like of the fucking house where my room was at the time, right? And we fucking get in the room, and now we're chilling, right? So as soon as we get in there, I lock up the door, you know what I'm saying, just in case, because I can have my mom, like I can have my homie, run to the closet if my mom like fucking knocks on the door. I'm fucking up today, but I can have my homie run to the closet if my mom knocks, and you know, it gives us a little bit of time to like maybe hide and not get caught. A lot of the time my mom would just come in and be like looking around and shit just to see, because you know, I would bring girls and just like my homies and shit in. And I don't know how we didn't get caught a lot more, because we would be in that bitch playing like fucking Execution 1999 full volume 100% on the TV. And I don't know, I just blasted music all the time, but we didn't get caught doing that shit. It was ridiculous, like how loud it used to be. And then sometimes it was in spite of our downstairs neighbors, because they were fucking cunts, right? So me and my homie, right, we ended up having to decide on a move this night, right? And the move ended up being, we were going to slide on over south side of our city, and we were going to get some fucking evil carts from a fucking bodega that we had researched that has it, and the one that was open at night, and the one that we could get it from, right, generally, right? And I remember this bodega had some like strange shit going on in it, right? Because I had been there a couple times before, and it had some sketchy shit going on. It was definitely owned by some like fucking like foreign dude who doesn't pay taxes on any of his like carts that he sells, and he's selling that shit like if a cop walked in here and tried to like say some shit about it, he would not have anything to back him type shit. So, you know, we ended up deciding on this corner store that had like the fucking weirdest carts. Like I remember they would say Delta 25, Delta fucking anything. They would say fucking Delta lotion. They had Delta anything in that bitch, right? Like I swear to God, they like had all the numbers. They had fucking digits of pi as Delta, bro. Like they had any type of number of Delta that you wanted, right? So obviously me and my homie, we slide on over there. We get an Uber on over there, right? Uber ride's pretty fucking normal. The Uber driver wasn't weird. We get on over there, right? Though we hop out at the store, right? And me and my homeboy, we get there and we see all these Deltas, right? We see all these fucking $3 edibles. You know, this is when the Delta 8 shit kind of like boomed the fuck out in 2022. Like the way it is now is kind of like normalized, but back in 2020 fucking 2 when the shit started booming a lot more, like people would just smoke Delta 20, fucking like these fucking corner stores in my state. I don't know about y'all, but they would just sell anything, bro. Like of course I'm exaggerating a little bit when it comes to like that high of numbers, because I mean, that's crazy, but I think the highest I actually seen was like Delta 13 or 14, which was still fucking ridiculous. But we ended up deciding after getting there on these Delta, I think 11 cards, right? Which is, you know, it's the highest number that I could trust at that point, right? I wanted the numbers high, but like not too high, you feel me? Because like I wanted to get high as fuck, right? Everybody wants to get high as fuck, but they don't want to get laced with that fucking Temu pack. Nobody wants to smoke that shit, bro. After walking in the cold at night in like below 20-degree weather in fresh snow, well, not walking, but catching an Uber and getting to this bodega, buying these Delta 11 carts, we actually acquired them and we left the fucking corner store. Now, here's the problem with our cheap asses at the time. We needed that pack so bad. We needed that ZA so bad that we decided to save the rest of our money, say fuck a Uber, and walk in the fucking Arctic back home. So that's what we did, right? We walked about like from this corner store to the nearest bus stop, which was probably like one of the last buses, by the way. But from this corner store to this bus stop, we walked to this, dude, it was like 12 blocks. It was a crazy amount of fucking walking. Like we walked like 12 blocks in this snow, and luckily, you know, we had just gotten carts, right? So we're sitting there like, well, we're walking. This is ass. Why don't we, you know, try our carts? So we sit there and we pull out. I had a green and black one, and he had a fucking pink one, right? And these shit said quote unquote runts, right? Runts. And now this is the wildest claim I've ever heard. Okay, don't ever say this about runts in my, like, don't ever fucking put runts, don't ever fucking disassociate it with this fucking bullshit fucking cart that I pulled out of this package, right? Don't ever associate the legit gas that runts is, that purple legit runts, don't ever associate it with this bullshit that I pulled out of this package. Right now, I didn't know right away, right? So I start flipping it and shit, right? It smells all right. Like it smells pretty, like the terps kind of smell like a little bit too saturated in there. It smells a little fucking weird for me, right? So I'm smelling this car, but the wax isn't really moving too much. Like, you know, I'm sitting there and the wax is moving, but it's moving slow, like pretty slow, to where I'm not like sketched out, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, and I whack this, right? And the red flag that I didn't know at the time, but now, and I would have put it down, but it tasted like straight like terps. Like it had a punch, but it wasn't really punching as hard as it should. It just tasted like straight terps, and it tasted like it wanted to be sour diesel, but it wasn't. Immediately after hitting it, right, and exhaling, it didn't really have that hard of a punch, like I said, but the exhale was where it was like, what the fuck? Like it felt like I had hit like a uranium reactor. It felt like Chernobyl hit my lungs, and I was just sitting there and I was just like what the fuck? Like I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there and I developed a cough like 5 seconds after the hit. It like creeped up on me, right? And I developed a cough, right? The exhale was so bad, and I sat there for like 5 seconds reeling in, and then the fucking cough hit me, and I coughed, and I've never coughed this hard. It was cold. It was like a dry cough, bro, and it was cold, and I was sitting there coughing and dry heaving for like fucking 5 minutes, and my homie is doing the same shit. These carts were fucking nefarious. So, you know, this fucking coughing fit ends eventually, and me and my homie just, I don't, like I said, I was in like a crazy active X-pill fucking phase, right? So, you know, I was just sitting there and I would just keep whacking this, right? And because it would get me high a little bit, but it would just mostly make me cough like a motherfucker. And I would just sit there having to fucking, you know, recover from these devilish hits I was taking, these hits from Satan that I was taking, right? So, you know, we eventually get to this bus stop, right? We keep whacking these carts, right? And eventually, you know, they do actually start getting us pretty fucking high. I remember my homie's tolerance was a little lower than mine. So he was just fucking a little blazed off this shit, right? And we get off the we get onto this bus, right? That would take us all the way back to where we needed to go. Thankfully, one of the last buses, or probably the last one maybe, that we could have taken, right? We get on this bus. It's a normal bus ride. I don't really remember anything happening on the bus, sadly, this time, guys. Sorry. Usually there's some shit that'll happen on the bus rides, but no, nothing happens on this bus ride. But something happened getting off, right? So my friend and me get to our stop, right? And the doors open, we get up and shit, and it's all normal, right? And, the bus stop actually was right in front of my house at the time. And, it was so convenient. And usually I had developed, since I'd done this so many times, I didn't really think somebody would, like, fuck it up. Like, I didn't think about what I was doing was so dangerous, I guess. But I hopped off the back door of the bus, because it was the double door buses. I hopped off the back door and I went towards the back, right? Where, it was the bus would stop, but then traffic would go, and it was a 2-lane road. So traffic would still come in the other lane going the other way from the bus, right? So, and a lot of the times you would go in between the cars and the bus. So you would be really close to the back of the bus and you wouldn't see traffic coming, right? So my homie goes first, and we've done this probably a couple times. So he knows what to do, right? Just to get in my house quick, right? And he goes and he gets like to the back of the bus, right? And we're behind the bus and we're just walking, and we're like sprinting kind of just to get in the house, because it's fucking cold and we're high. We're not trying to blow our high maybe. And he gets into the other lane, where the oncoming traffic is. Like, he gets right into it, like he's on the dotted lines and shit, and he takes he's about to take his other step, and I see another car coming, and I say his real name, but like, imagine me being like, John. And, I grabbed his arm and I pulled him back a little bit, and he steps back a little bit more, and he takes their side view mirror off the car. It's this black Suburban, right? And thank God it wasn't some fucking shooters in there, bro. It's this black Suburban. He takes their fucking side view mirror off, right? Because the car hits him, right? But if I wouldn't have pulled him, I feel like the car would have hit him, bro. Like, on some real shit, dude. Or I wouldn't have said anything, because he was really high at the time, and I feel like he would have got hit by the fucking car. So, he takes their fucking side view off, right? And they fucking, they keep driving for a second. It's just going to be a hit and run, but, they stop after like a couple seconds of driving. We're both just sitting there shocked. We look at each other, and I'm just like, run, go, go, go. And I'm just like, because his arm wasn't broken that got hit by the car, thankfully, but he was kind of hurt though. So, but he was able to start running. So I'm like, just go while like the adrenaline is going, right? So we run into the alleyway by my house, right? And, he's hurt for a little bit, and we're just sitting there, and we don't know what to do for a second. And I asked my parents if he could come in the house, right? And I was mad as fuck at my parents, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, they wouldn't let him come in the fucking house at the time, bro. So even though he had gotten hit by this fucking car, that I don't know where that black Suburban went. They probably didn't want to get sued or anything, even though it was like, I don't know whose fault it was, but they probably just didn't want to deal with that shit. Maybe it was some shooters in there, bro. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this story, guys. But actually, it's not. I actually almost did the outro. I'm going to tell you guys another thing about this cart, right? So I had this cart, like, for a lifespan about, I don't know, probably like a week and a half at the time. I would go through them about a week and a half at that time, right? Now, 2-3 days. But, a week and a half at that time. And I remember the cart, like, it inflicted me with a, like, illness, bro. That cart made me sick, and it made my friend sick as well. He stopped hitting his. I did not. I smoked the whole thing, and I was sick. It felt like I had strep throat. It felt like dude, that shit gave me COVID, bro. That shit gave me COVID. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've had COVID 3 times, y'all. Like I could probably make a COVID series. Like, when 2020 was going, COVID would not leave me alone, but I was 13 with that strong immune system, you feel me? So that shit was doing nothing to me but just, like, keeping me in the crib for 2 weeks, you feel me? But, this cart inflicted me with an illness, bro. Like, and I just felt like I had strep throat, and every time I would hit it, like I said, I would cough. It felt like I was, like, fucking, like, inhaling fiberglass, if you guys could imagine that, right? Not like really, but like fiberglass if it was a little nicer, if you could imagine that. But if you guys enjoyed this fucking video, make sure to drop a like, join the fucking Discord, and yeah, later.